of the night. There's going to be nothing to compete with that. How incredible did that feel? The fans were on their feet the whole time, and it was redemption from 2022 for you from the last time you were here at the O2, when you said people had written you off and said that you should leave the sport.
Yeah, Axel was a dangerous opponent. Like, we was rumoured we was going to go a top 15. It was rumoured there was going to be a gatekeeper. It was rumoured so many different things. And then we got offered Axel Sola, who also debuted in Paris when I fought. And obviously, Axel was undefeated. He was a massive prospect going into it. He beat a good friend of mine in Reece McGee. So I knew from the start this was a tough test. Like, everywhere the fight went, he was dangerous. And so many people said I needed to take him down and wrestle him, but I just like fights. And for me, I just wanted to go out there and I just wanted to beat Axel Sola. I didn't want the bonus. It wasn't my priority. All that mattered was getting that win, securing my 3rd fight under the UFC banner back, securing my 7-fight win streak, and securing my foundations. My foundations are now set. I more than deserve to be in the UFC. My name is set in stone. Now, all that's left for me is to shoot for that top 15 fight. So we're going away in May. I'm going to take a little break. We're going to work on a lot of things. My coaches are never happy with my performances because I keep saying I'm a scalpel and I keep turning into a hammer. So we're just going to keep working, keep technical, keep fencing, and we're going to prove that eventually I'm more than good enough to be number 1. May not be now, but it will be one day. And like I said, I think I'm just an example of never giving up, because for me, the easy thing would have been to go get a job. It would have been easy. I had family business I could have gone into. I could have gone and done more with school. Like, my girlfriend's got degrees on top of degrees. My family's got degrees. My family-in-law's got degrees. I could have gone to university. I could have gone and got a job doing something else in the public sector. But for me, fighting is what's in my blood, and fighting is what I want to do.
Is it emotional when you put it like that compared to the way you were feeling in 2022? The fans were on their feet the whole time. They were cheering every time you were landing a punch, every time you were landing a kick. It felt like a real star-making performance for you, which is crazy considering you've been in the game for so long.
For me, there's 3 boys in my corner, and there's some more boys back home, and they've had my back since day one. I remember sitting down in my coach's office after the whole thing with London because I was in a mess. And my one coach said to me, he said, look, I think you need to go somewhere else and work with someone else. I don't think I can give you what you need. And I said to him, and I was in tears at the time, I said, please just stick with me. I said, as long as you boys are in my corner, I said, I'll go through anything. And they've stuck by me since then, and I can't thank the boys enough. And we call London my tribulation. I call it my tribulation. For me, it was the hardest part so far of my life. Things can always get worse. But for me, I'm just going to keep pushing and keep chipping away. And as long as those boys are there for me, I'll give them as much as they give me. And I couldn't ask for anyone else to stand by me and help me reach the top. Thank you.
Just ready.
Yes,
congratulations, Mason. It was an amazing win against, as you said, a very good fighter. My question for the French audience, you feel seems very respectful at the end of the fight. Can you tell us what you told each other at the end of the fight in the cage?
It was, I said to Axel, I said about how tough he was and how good he was. And when they offered me the name Axel Sola, straight away I thought, oh, he's rangy, he's dangerous, he's southpaw, he's long. They're things that are not fun to deal with. Like, I like short guys who come for a fight because they're always going to be in front of you. Axel's very tough. And for me to return to London, which everything went wrong for me and really cemented my break from the UFC last time. This, like I said, this was all about right and a wrong. And for me, it was more than right and a wrong. It was beating Axel Sola. And he was my mountain. Now I've cemented my mountains. That's my foundations. And my foundations are solid now. Give me my name, give me my number, and let me prove that I deserve to be in the top 15.
You made the transition for me. The number 15 ranked guy is another Frenchman, Fares Ziam. Is it a fight you have interest in?
I'll take anyone in the top 15. Zam is very long, dangerous. I've actually trained with Zam in Tam before. He's very good. But there's a lot of names in that top 15. It'll all depend on what my management thinks works, date-wise, and who's available, and we can go from there.
Last one for me. You talk about the fight, but technically, what was the key? So you saw it was dangerous. At what point? And maybe if you can talk about the game plan now the fight is finished. What was the key, and when did you feel that, okay, I got this fight?
So the game plan was to be elusive, to be dangerous on the feet, to move in and out, and just to pull on the end of all the shots, do the work and be gone, and doubling in the right hand, make him work. I worked a lot in Gary Lockett's boxing gym in Wales. It's the number one pro gym in Wales at the moment. They've got an absolute stock of Welsh boxers coming through. Joe Cordina's one. There's Kyron Jones, Liam Williams, JD. There's so many good boys coming out of it. All of those have helped so much, and it's really helped that I would get the work in and I was gone. And I think it showed in this fight. Like, my striking was good. I was dominant. I opened cuts up. My elbows worked well. I'm just improving. I am. And I've still not showed everything I can do. So every time you see me in there, you'll see a tighter, more well-knit performance. And I've proved time and time again, I deserve bonuses every time. My debut was against Jeremy Stephens. The only reason they didn't give me a bonus was the third round I wrestled. And that was because he chewed my leg up. My second fight against Orki Balaji, I chewed him up and I got a bonus. My third fight against Axel Sola, I went to war with him. I proved I can hang in there for 3 fights and I can dominate from the start, and I deserve a bonus for that. So give me my bonus. Let me buy a house. My partner wants a house, and I've been saying for years, let me get my house. So, yeah, please, I'm always going to be there. That's the thing. It's like, I'm going to go back. We're going to work on stuff. I live this life. This is nothing in my life but this, and it's all I've ever wanted to do. And I'm going to prove that eventually I am going to be number one.
Inspiring. Thank you.
Mason, just over here to your right.
Yes, sir.
Congrats on a big win, massive win tonight. Talk to me about that first round. It looked to me as if you were coming out and you were forcing him to fight on the back foot, forcing him to circle in one direction. And out of nowhere, that spinning elbow comes and drops you to the floor. It seems like it takes a big clatter to wake you up and really bring out the best of you, doesn't it?
I slipped, man. No, Axel was dangerous everywhere, to be fair, and we knew he was going to be. And I think me opening that cut in that first round just sort of cemented that first round for me. It was close. I said to the court in the end, do you think I did enough? And they said, look, it doesn't matter whether you did enough. Let's just win this next two. And I did. So, like I said, Axel was no dog walk. We knew that going into it. Like, I asked for some names when I talked to my manager. They mentioned some names. There was gatekeepers and top 15s, and then they said Axel Sola. And for me, he was an undefeated guy who'd had one fight in the UFC and was dangerous everywhere. He was strong wrestling, strong striking. He was intelligent. He was calm. They're not what you want in fighters. Like, I want someone who's going to come rushing at me and walk onto shots left, right, and center. But I proved I am wise, I'm intelligent, I'm dangerous, and I can open people up and I can beat people. And these wins are just going to get better.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.
Here, Mason, first of all, congratulations on your victory. An absolute slugfest, an amazing fight. Do you think that if you keep giving us this type of performance, you can become worldwide a fan favorite in the UFC?
I think if you look at my performances now to where I was on the first stint, you'll see a massive improvement. If you look at my performance here against Jeremy Stephens, you'll see an improvement. And you're just going to keep seeing improvements. Like, pressure is privilege. And we've heard that time and time again. And it is truth. And the better my performances are, the more money I have supporting me, and the more money I have, the easier it is to do this life. Like, I'm still struggling at the minute, like financially, for sponsors and different things, and it makes it harder. And that's not begging. I don't mean anything by that. I just mean that I need to work harder to earn more money to make this easier for me. And eventually, exactly like Leon Edwards said, the more momentum you build, the better you get. And like, I've trained with those guys. Like, Leon is a masterclass. Fabian Edwards is a masterclass. Arnold Allen's a masterclass. Tom Aspinall. Like, all these guys, the British guys, prove that we can be number one. There's another guy on the TV now, CLD, fighting, and he's going to be a world champion. And I am good enough to be with these guys. I am good enough to make it in the top 15, and I'm going to prove that.
100%, and you deserve the bonus as well. I think that you deserve the fight of the night. 7-win streak, 3-win streak in the UFC. Do you feel that you're in the best point of your career, even though you have room still for improvement?
So far, yes, 100%. And I think that performance respects it. Like, there's still gaps. There's always going to be gaps. And there's always going to be people who are there who are saying I get hit too much and different things. But you're going to see a more elusive guy every single time.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Mason, to your right. You said in media day, you don't want to be known for having a good chin and you want to show a more technical side of yourself, but you find yourself in another dog fight. It feels like what is it about your fights that you end up just being these slugfests again and putting on fight nights each time?
I just like fighting people. Like I've said this from the start, I'm not a guy who wants to be a martial artist. I'm not the guy who wants to be the athlete. I'm the guy who likes the violence. And I just like fighting people. And Axel wanted a fight. I took it to him. The spinning elbow was nice. I wasn't at any time compromised. There wasn't any time I felt like I was in danger. It just felt more so that Axel Sola was very good at doing what Axel Sola does. And I proved I'm better than him. I opened him up, and there was fear in his eyes at the end of the first round, and there was fear in his eyes all the way through to the end. So you're going to see a better guy every single time, and my coach is going to keep working with me, and we're going to keep getting better.
And when you have a fight in London, you get a really big buzz from the crowd. How much do you feel off that crowd energy?
To be fair, I don't really see so much of the crowd. Like, I fought in Des Moines, and the crowd was that loud I couldn't hear my coaches. I fought in Paris, and the Paris crowd wasn't that loud, which, considering I fought a guy who trained out of Paris, I wanted to hear him. The London crowd, we heard him a lot through bits. They weren't as loud as the Des Moines crowd. So hopefully next time I fight in front of a UK crowd, they're going to go electric, because I turn up to perform for the crowd every time, and I like hearing the crowd behind me. The louder they cheer, the more violence I put out.
And last one from me. I know you're not the type of guy to do call-outs, but who in the top 15 would think you give the most entertaining match for yourself?
I wanted to fight Dariush. Dariush is booked. I wanted to fight Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler's booked. So, to be fair, I'm going to go back. I'm going to wait for my management to book something. We've got some trips booked up, and I'm going to take a little bit of a break because I've been pushing since my fight in Paris last year. 6 months of churning through training camps, turning up for 6 days a week, and training to the bone. So, I'm happy to recover, to hear from my management, and see what's next.
Thanks, Mason.
Thank you.
Mace, huge congratulations.
Mike.
How does it feel? Did you feel like you were just getting stronger and stronger as you were going through the fight?
My favourite two journalists in the room. Nice to hear a Welsh accent. No, I honestly, that crowd was electric. Like I said, I love nothing more than to turn up for a home crowd. And for me, I don't know, it was just, that was my toughest test to date. Like, the guy was 6'2", rangy, and very difficult on the feet. Like, you saw where he did to Reese, you saw where he's done in his previous fights. He was undefeated for a reason. And I just think I just showing that I'm improving every time. And I'm showing that no matter who you put me against, I'll just step up and beat them.
I know, how important was that preparation? I know you did a lot of sparring with Kyron Jones, with Gary. I know, how important was that? He's a southpaw, long as well. How did that help you?
Massively. Like, to be fair, the two areas we worried most against Axel Sola was in the long range and in the very close range, which is really weird considering he's got such a tall build. Because normally tall builds, you want to sit in their chest, but he's dangerous because he comes up the middle. And he showed that at the end of the first. He caught me with a body shot before the spinning elbow, and it was a nice shot. We did a lot of work before it. My boxing coach has been prepping me, keeping everything tight, and we've been tight. We've been working a lot on moving in and out. And sparring with Kyron Jones and the guys in Gary Lockett's gym has been keystone. They help more than anything else. And having my boxing coach there walking me through it just cemented what is a solid win.
And how proud are you to represent Wales on the biggest stage of them all?
If there's anyone in this arena who can tell me who's got a better flag in the world than a Welsh flag, then I'll happily argue with you black and blue. Like, we've got the best flag in the world and the strongest people in the world. Like, we were raised on coal and iron, and that's in the blood, and I'm happy to wear it and to bleed for it every day.
Mace, just to check, like, how much fun are you actually having out there? Because it looks like you seem to thrive most about getting punched in the face yourself.
It ain't about getting punched in the face, it's more about hitting people in the face. My coaches keep telling me I need to stop getting it so much, but to be fair, it's just, like, I had a sort of, what's the word? I had a sort of acknowledgement on this camp. I was running, and I was running through the mountains, and like, I chose this life. And I know it's a weird thing to say, and I know it seems honest, and you would just think, well, of course. But every day I wake up, I choose this life. I could literally, anytime I could just think, no, I'm done. I get a different job. A different job that means I get paid every 9 to 5. I get paid on a weekly basis, rather than turn up for fights, thinking I'm going to fight in 3 months and not getting paid for 6 months. Like, after I left in London last year, I didn't get paid for 2 years. I literally just racked up credit card debt, and family members and friends told me to quit, and I proved that I deserve to be here, and I deserve to be up there with a number next to my name to be the best in the world. And I'm just going to keep proving that, and I'm going to keep proving that it doesn't matter where you come from, how small you are, as if you work hard enough that you can be the best in the world. And I'm just going to keep knocking people out and beating people.
We sat with Yo McKenzie, one of your training partners from Celtic Pride, mixed martial arts. He says, I hate watching him. It's the most nervous I am. those are the people who love you the most. But I guess for neutrals, you might be the most exciting fighter.
Well, if you like exciting fights, make sure you give me a follow. Make sure you watch me in my career, because if you ever see me in a boring fight, it's usually because the opponent doesn't want to fight. If they want to fight, I'm always game.
Lastly, for me, 123 strikes you land successfully in 15 minutes. 110 of them are significant. Could you even point out which 13 weren't?
Well, I think he may have blocked a few with his arms, but I think that was just because I was swinging so hard that a few missed. I think my boxing coach is going to put me through my paces when I'm home, because he wants that 100% accuracy rate instead. But I just love fighting, and I love putting performances on, and you're just going to keep seeing more and more refined performances.
Thanks, Mason.
Thank you.
Mason, right here.
Yes, sir.
You take a lot of pride in your aggressiveness, but also you said that your coaches wasn't that happy with your performance. Do you think they're trying to tame this down?
I saw a fight. I fought against David Ornimer my last stint last time, and my boxing coach said to me in the ring, or in the cage, he said, when they ask you on the microphone, don't tell them I'm your boxing coach, because he wasn't happy with my striking. This time, I think he's starting to sort of get me to move my head. It's taken him 13 years, and I'm slipping 1 or 2 now. So by the time I make it towards the top 15, I make it towards number 1, you're going to see me slipping shots and being elusive. I'm just improving all the time. And the older I get, the wiser I get, the more dangerous I get, the harder I hit, and I'm just going to keep working up.
We saw a lot of things in that fight, a lot of grappling, a lot of striking, some spinning attacks. What's the area of fighting that you're the most proud to have improved in?
Most proud to have improved, I think, it's my mentality. I'm very patient now. Before, especially when I fought in London last time, the second round, because the first round was so close, I went barreling in the second like a ball in front of a red flag, and I walked in some strikes. You don't see that so much now. I'm more refined, I'm more patient, and more technical, and I'm just going to keep turning into more and more of a razor instead of a hammer, and I'm just going to keep cutting people to pieces.
Last question. I know we're in London. You fought in Paris too. Can you tell us what's the craziest crowd between the two?
Des Moines, Iowa. Des Moines, Iowa was the craziest crowd I've ever been in front. I know that wasn't part of the question, but London was electric. Paris disappointed me. I went to Paris before to watch a Bellator, sorry, I can't say that, to watch a different organization's show, and it was electric. They literally blew the roof off with the support. When I walked out, I just don't think they wanted me to fight. I've seen Paris crowds go crazy. They've been the loudest things I've ever heard. When I fought in Paris, I was a bit disappointed. London was crazy from start to finish, but then that's a home crowd. I would have liked it if Paris booed me a little bit more. But to be fair, I've got so many French fans and so many French friends, and it's always electric to fight in Paris. So next time I'm in Paris fighting, I want to hear the crowd rip the roof off.
We'll be there. Thank you.
Thank you, Mason. Congratulations, Mason.
Thank you.
How close did you think you were to finishing him when you were landing those knees?
Honestly, Axel was so tough from start to finish. Like, I would have loved to have finished him early, but he just stands in there, and he's an absolute savage, an absolute warrior, and I thought I could get it done. I always try to get it done, but he refused to give up, and that just made it more fun. I always look for the finish. I always do what I can to finish, and unfortunately, I couldn't quite get it there.
Last one from me. You spoke about your journey and your struggle and everything. What would be your message to any up-and-coming fighters coming out of Wales?
So I do a lot of work for a mental health charity, and not so much for upcoming fighters, but for everyone who's chasing a dream. Never give up. And I know it sounds so T-shirt, so sort of cliche, but the only person who can ever make you quit is yourself. It doesn't matter whether you're in debt. It doesn't matter whether no one's supporting you. It doesn't matter whether you cannot physically do it. Just find a way. There's always a way. If you want it enough, you can make it work.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it, and thank you for the support.